You can avoid reality, but you cannot avoid the consequences of avoiding reality. Learn to value yourself, which means, fight for your happiness. I could die for you. But I couldn't, and wouldn't, live for you. A creative man is motivated by the desire to achieve, not by the desire to beat others. The man who does not value himself, cannot value anything or anyone. The truth is not for all men but only for those who seek it. Never think of pain or danger or enemies a moment longer than is necessary to fight them. To say, I love you, one must first be able to say the I. So you think that money is the root of all evil. Have you ever asked what is the root of all money? The ladder of success is best climbed by stepping on the rungs of opportunity. If any civilization is to survive, it is the morality of altruism that men have to reject. Happiness is that state of consciousness which proceeds from the achievement of one's values. My happiness is not the means to any end. It is the end. It is its own goal. It is its own purpose. There are two sides to every issue. One side is right and the other is wrong, but the middle is always evil. Contradictions do not exist. Whenever you think you are facing a contradiction, check your premises. You will find that one of them is wrong. My dear fellow, who will let you? That's not the point. The point is, who will stop me? Do not let your fire go out. Spark by irreplaceable spark in the hopeless swamps of the not quite, the not yet, and the not at all. Do not let the hero in your soul perish in lonely frustration for the life you deserved and have never been able to reach. The world you desire can be won. It exists, it is real, it is possible, it's yours. If you don't know, the thing to do is not to get scared, but to learn. People think that a liar gains a victory over his victim. What I've learned is that a lie is an act of self-abdication, because one surrenders one's reality to the person to whom one lies, making that person one's master, condemning oneself from then on to faking the sort of reality that person's view requires to be faked. The man who lies to the world is the world's slave from then on. There are no white lies, there is only the blackest of destruction, and a white lie is the blackest of all. Why do they always teach us that it's easy and evil to do what we want and that we need discipline to restrain ourselves? It's the hardest thing in the world, to do what we want. And it takes the greatest kind of courage. I mean, what we really want. The smallest minority on earth is the individual. Those who deny individual rights cannot claim to be defenders of minorities. I started my life with a single absolute, that the world was mine to shape in the image of my highest values and never to be given up to a lesser standard, no matter how long or hard the struggle. The hardest thing to explain is the glaringly evident which everybody has decided not to see. A man's sexual choice is the result and the sum of his fundamental convictions. He will always be attracted to the woman who reflects his deepest vision of himself, the woman whose surrender permits him to experience a sense of self-esteem. The man who is proudly certain of his own value, will want the highest type of woman he can find, the woman he admires, the strongest, the hardest to conquer, because only the possession of a heroine will give him the sense of an achievement. Have you felt it too? Have you seen how your best friends love everything about you except the things that count? And your most important is nothing to them. Nothing, not even a sound they can recognize. If you tell a beautiful woman that she is beautiful, what have you given her? It's no more than a fact and it has cost you nothing. But if you tell an ugly woman that she is beautiful, you offer her the great homage of corrupting the concept of beauty. To love a woman for her virtues is meaningless. She's earned it, it's a payment, not a gift. But to love her for her vices is a real gift, unearned and undeserved. To love her for her vices is to defile all virtue for her sake, and that is a real tribute of love, because you sacrifice your conscience, your reason, your integrity and your invaluable self-esteem. To sell your soul is the easiest thing in the world. That's what everybody does every hour of his life. If I asked you to keep your soul, would you understand why that's much harder? Devotion to the truth is the hallmark of morality. There is no greater, nobler, more heroic form of devotion than the act of a man who assumes the responsibility of thinking. I regret nothing. There have been things I missed, but I ask no questions, because I have loved it, such as it has been, even the moments of emptiness, even the unanswered, and that I loved it, that is the unanswered in my life. Let me give you a tip on a clue to men's characters. The man who damns money has obtained it dishonorably. The man who respects it has earned it.